Boys, I'm already calling it. This year is gonna be the year of allegations. The first month isn't even over just yet, and there are already a bunch of spicy ones out there. 2023 is gonna be the year where so many careers get absolutely destroyed because of allegations and the simple inability to control oneself. This time, it's Andrew Callaghan. Channel 5, all gas, no brakes. My personal opinion is if you look like a creep, you're probably a creep. Man, this guy should probably join OTK because they probably will take him with open arms at this point. Someone DM Asmongold, he has a new winner up for his crew. But anyway, his allegations are insane and so many that the guy doesn't even deny it himself. Watch this.
Well, what I was going to say before y'all jumping to conclusions is that he confirmed what they're saying is true. He confirmed that he knew the girls and that he had encounters with them. So basically, that's what I wanted to hear, right? Like he confirmed that this stuff basically happened.
Ethan Klein himself from a sweatshop in China just told you the facts, boys. Ain't that insane that Ethan Klein can say anything that makes sense or is not extremely biased? Insane.
Callaghan has a reputation of being an internet good guy. He claims to be a non-biased journalist with his finger on the pulse of society, when in reality, his fingers may be somewhere far more sinister. Now,
Oh shit, are they in hell or someplace like that? That's some scary business.
I wasn't going to alert the defecation police when I heard stories of Andrew Callaghan covering an Airbnb with his own feces after a long night of alcohol, cocaine, and hookers, but the new allegations...
That's my boy! No regrets. Why live life if you're gonna regret everything? I mean, damn.
That have surfaced paint him in a far worse light. The internet's favorite vagabond is being accused of sexual coercion, manipulation, and assault by multiple women all across America. But before we get into the most recent allegations, let's take a look back at Andrew's history with being accused of sexual misconduct.
I mean, look at the guy. It's... I don't know. Is it only I who thinks if you look like this, it's just a matter of time until something gets exposed? I mean, how often is it non-true? If you look like a creep, you're gonna be a creep. How often is that just not true? And he's the most creepiest MFer out there. It's insanity.
The first time dates back to June 10th, 2020, when an Instagram user named Sophia posted on their story alleging they hung out with him and he was trying so hard to F my drunk friend who made it clear she said no. And that Andrew is a manipulative ass mother effer who was using his...
Oh, you know you're at the bottom of the barrel if you're desperately trying to get with a drunk girl that says no. Man, absolutely amazing. Shocking. Not really shocking, I would say, but man... That's some hardcore stuff. But admittedly, I do want to say, innocent until proven guilty. And I have seen a little bit of these accusations and whatnot, what's popping on around these parts. And man, some of the women that speak do not make it look good. Not look good at all. Oh, I think this is actually one of them. Oh my god, is this... Oh, this woman is in... Oh, this is gonna be so spiced.
Platform to get girls to sleep with him. This user then posted a story from another alleged victim that said this. Yeah, he went to school with me my freshman year, R-worded an underage girl in Seattle, and was a total creep to a bunch of other girls at my friend's high school in Seattle.
When they say R-worded an underage girl when he was a freshman, is that over 18 or under 18? Because I'm not American, I have no idea what a freshman is supposed to be.
I hung out with him once my freshman year when I was still 17, and he aggressively came on to me, even after I told him now multiple times, then tried to kiss me and get me to go back to his place even after I told him I was uncomfortable. Then he tried following me and my roommate home in the dark. Piece of effing garbage. The next...
I'm sorry, but... I'm sorry, but I'm kind of not believing it because... I was on... Dude, how long ago this was? This sounds like this is a modern post or a modern description of something that happened like, probably 10, maybe even 20 or however many years. No, probably 20, not possible. I don't know how old the guy is, but this seems like a modern retelling. Oh, he made me feel uncomfortable and things like that. But I believe it. You know what? I honestly believe it.
piece of effing garbage. The next incident came in August 14th, 2021, where an Instagram user by the name of File Format alleges Andrew knowingly sexually assaulted his friend and got away with it. This user then claimed that 5 to 10 different women came forward claiming similar experiences with Andrew after he released his friend's story, 3 of which are allegedly underage. When confronted about the validity of the story, a Reddit user claiming to be File Format stated this: "The incident happened. I spoke with the victim after. Andrew knows what he did. Multiple women have came forward, some publicly, others are scared too, and for good reason. Look at how y'all are acting." Then a 17-year-old came forward with a similar story from this exact same time frame. This is the Navy story. My freshman year, he, 22, DM'd, name redacted, who was 17 and asked to hang out with us. We met up with him and he brought us to the Navy base and got weirdly possessive over me, grabbing me all day weirdly and kept trying to get me alone, even though we were with a small group of all 17, barely 18-year-olds. Then me and name redacted.
How do you allow these situations to happen? Like, how can you be a group of 17, 18-year-olds and think, yeah, you know what, let's just take this random 22-year-old guy that looks like a wet bowl of dog food. Let's just hang out with him. How about... How do you get to these situations? I completely do not understand.
Redacted made the decision that he was getting weird with me and tried ditching him. We took an Uber to the Willow because our friend was doing a rap show. We left and then Andrew took his own Uber to the same place. He kept going into the bar and buying me shots, then pulled me around the corner and forcibly tried to make out with me until my roommate noticed and stopped him. Then he got her to go away again and I kept telling him I had a boyfriend and he said, "It's cool, I have a long distance girlfriend, we are open. Do you want to have a threesome with..."
It's cool. Threesome, that's... I mean, it fits, okay? It does.
Us when she comes to town next week, and kept me in a little corner pushing me about until my roommate's boyfriend came over and tried to fight his 22-year-old ass. Then we broke away and tried to walk home, just the two of us, and he followed us by himself halfway back to the dorms until we literally sprinted and ran away from him. And that...
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, honestly, this is such a wild story that makes so little sense if you think about it. So, boyfriend tries to fight and then 2 of the girls just leave on their own and he can follow. The boyfriend doesn't do anything. The group doesn't do what? Like what's going on? How can a situation like this arise? Honestly, you're a group of people and there's a 22. Who cares if he's 22 years old? You're a literal group of people. How do these situations happen? I have so many questions. This makes so little sense, honestly, in my mind, that's absolutely insane. Also, he buys you a shot. How about you don't drink it or anything like that? Why does he keep buying you shots? Are you drinking them? How... I have so many questions.
About until my roommate's boyfriend came over and tried to fight his 22-year-old ass. Then we broke... allegations that surfaced just this week. Halfway back to the dorms until we literally sprinted and ran away from him. And that brings us to the most recent allegations that surfaced just this week. They first started when a TikTok user named Callaghan came forward and discussed her interactions with Andrew. She claimed she met Andrew in St. Petersburg after he had a falling out with a crew member and needed somewhere to stay. They hung out, had some drinks, and returned to her home. She said she made it clear she didn't want to get intimate and repeatedly resisted his sexual advances until ultimately giving in and engaging in intercourse with him. She speaks about how it hurt to see someone lauded as a social justice warrior in the public eye get away with what she considers sexual assault.
You should... yeah. Should I even say it? Holy shit. See, this is the problem with women coming out. Because they come out with fucking stories this insane, okay? So, you're with a guy. He wants to get intimate. You say no. 5 minutes pass. He wants to get intimate again. You don't tell him to leave. You don't go away. You say no again. 5 minutes pass. He tries to be intimate with you again. You're like surprised Pikachu face, right? How is this possible? I said no 2 times. And by the way, every man probably knows this. If you don't, well, you're gonna learn it sooner or later. But the fact is, a woman can literally say no and be against you and not interested in you. And 5 seconds later, she can be 100% into you just because you cracked a good joke that she liked. Like, the on and off switch is just literally there and it's spazzing out sometimes. So, a guy trying multiple times is not exactly accusable. And the fact that, okay, so she says no 2 times and the 3rd time's the charm and she says, okay, fine, you annoy me, let's do it. She gives the go. Admittedly, the situation can be bad also, maybe he's continuously pushing and that's like really bad. But man, the way he explains it, it's like, okay, no. Okay, 5 minutes later, no again. Okay, 5 minutes later, oh, third time's the charm. It's a yes, let's do it. And then she regrets it. This is why women have a hard time coming out with things like this, because these are the kind of absolutely omega questionable stories that come out. Like, you said yes. You said yes. You didn't leave. You didn't kick him out. You did absolutely nothing. And the guy looks like a pencil neck. Okay, look at her. She probably can take him on in a fight. Let's be real here. Okay, it's like, how? This is so bad.
Shouldn't be supporting him. And at the end of the day, like, I've told close friends of mine, I've tried coming out about this before, and he texted me saying that it basically ruined his life and that his life was over now because of things that I said, and other women have come forward to me.
Was it though? I think he's probably lying about that, because I didn't hear anything about a single incident at all. I'm only hearing about it now when things going down for real. Admittedly, thankfully, at least I wasn't a fan of his content at all. Haha. Vin.
A lot of people came forward with stories about Andrew after this was made public. One claiming Andrew was canceled in New Orleans for presumably similar circumstances and kicked off his show Quarter Conventions that he used to host. Then someone claimed he is known in Seattle for sexual misconduct. Another claiming he assaulted a former roommate who was terrified of coming forward. And many others detailing similar circumstances. Even down...
Again, by the way, there's so much of this, it's impossible at this point that he did not do anything wrong. Now, again, there should be investigation or anything, but so many things are just aligning perfectly. He has been to all of these places. There's multiple people. The characteristics of how he does things don't change. Like, if this is all made up, I will honestly be beyond surprised, because there's no chance. Everything just aligns too much, and the guy looks like a creep, okay? That's the main reason why I didn't watch his videos, because he looks repulsive and a creep.
Down to the line Andrew Callaghan uses about having a falling out with a crew member and needing somewhere to stay. One of these people...
Okay, that's a fist bump. Everyone needs to have a story, because that's the easiest way to pick up chicks. By the way, take it a step further. If you're going on a date, the first date should always be one in the same spot that you know well. I have this spot near the sea. There's like a hill there, you can climb it up and things like that. Every single woman gets taken to that one spot, by the way. Literally every single time. The perfect date, the perfect everything, the sunset, everything is there. Why, this is, everyone should have this. Like, that one spot, you take women out constantly. And you know what's this funniest part about that spot? It's near the sea, and there's like this one home not built very close to it. And when you when you get there the first time, the first place that you look, can get near to the sea, is next to that house. And there, in that house, there lives this one old dude who has a dog. And usually at summer, he's outside. He has seen me so many times. He has seen me so many times. A different woman there. Every time he's just like a little bit smirking because he kind of figures out what's happening. I remember the third time he saw me, he figured out finally what's happening. The second time he didn't recognize me, but the third time, yeah. He figured it out, boys. You need a story.
People go by the username Moldy Freckle and allege she was also assaulted by Andrew. After angry Channel 5 fans accosted the girl, she then took to her Instagram account and shared her story firsthand.
I'm just gonna, in brief, say that...
Oh no, Moldy Freckles is this girl whole... I actually have seen this. Oh my god, this is insane. Her explanation is like... Wow. Let's just watch it. But her explanation is just, again, almost like the first girl. This is why getting this stuff out for women is so absolutely hard. Because in a lot of cases, their stories just are so bad.
I had hooked up with Andrew previously. He creeped me out, made me feel weird, was mean, demanding.
Honestly, 100%. I will 100% believe her on that. No, not a question asked. Even I don't need evidence.
He hit me up
And I'm not kidding, by the way. Again, look at the guy, and I believe everything she says.
again
Okay.
after this.
Okay, and this is where you say no because he's a creepy, rude dude with nothing good around him. Did you do that?
Time to hang out with me again, and I said no, I don't want to hang
That's amazing.
out with you anymore. I don't want to sleep with you ever
Now that's the right decision to be made.
again. Asked me why. I told him why. He invited me to go out to dinner so he could apologize. I go to the dinner.
Why? Why? What? And this is where I have literally a panic attack because I knew that she's gonna say this. I have seen this. Why? The first thing you say is that he's this moldy, crusty dude that is a complete bore. He's lame. He's everything. He's smelly. He's bad. And then he's like, "Hey, okay, I'm gonna apologize you to dinner." And she's like, "Yeah, free dinner sounds good. Let's go." Why? Can you just not survive without a free dinner? Is the free dinner so necessary?
He's not really talking to me, and then I'm like, so
What do you actually want to talk with him?
did you have something you wanted to say? And he's like, oh yeah, do you want to have sex in your car after this?
Hey, straight down with to the point with her. I honestly, you know what? I kind of understand it.
And I was like, no,
Okay,
I don't.
good.
Is there anything else you want to say? And he was like,
No, that's wrong. This is where you actually just get up and go away because it's over. You know, whatever miracle you're expecting, it's not happening. This is where you grow a brain. You would just get up and go away because nothing good can happen, and a toddler should be able to understand that.
oh, yeah, sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. Are you joking? You really don't want to have sex in your car after this? And he asked that like probably 5 more times. Like,
Imagine sitting through it. Imagine this is the price of your free dinner, and that price is 100% worth to pay in her opinion. Amazing.
you're joking, right? Like, you want to have sex in your car after this, right? And I was like, no. So, I told him I would take him home.
Why? He literally wants to get you in the car to have some fun time with you, and you're now like, okay, I'm gonna take you home. What? See, women like this are the problem for literally everyone in the world. Oh my god, like this decision making is just not, the decision making is non-existent here. It's like, how, even if you roll the dice at random, you cannot make this many bad decisions in a row. Like, why are you taking him home now? Why? Why?
Because he lived close by, but
And he lives close by. No, he can't walk like those 5 minutes. No, you need to take him in your car home. People like this should not be allowed to date, honestly. Like, the people like this need to become responsible adults, not, adult children or whatever you want to call them. Because this decision making is absolutely insane. It's like, what's a red flag? Every time someone tells a red flag, I see a blue flag. Oh, look at that. I think he's a bad person. I think he's blah blah blah. But you know what? I'm gonna do everything in my power to make the situation worse for myself. Oh my god, at some point people just need to learn to take responsibility a little bit about their actions. Like, you don't need to do any of this, but for some reason you just do it.
I did not want to have sex in my car at all. I did not want to have sex with him again, ever. And after we got to my car, he started advancing towards me.
Who would have predicted that? Who honestly saw that coming? Who knew? Who would have expected? Everyone, literally everyone. By the way, because the most brutal part of reality is also the fact that a lot of women say no, but in the actuality they mean yes. And this is not a joke. This is a stupid thing that women do. It's extremely frustrating because you're supposed to read between the lines. Oh, if you can't, you're not romantic, and stupid shit like that happens. If a woman says no, I don't care if she actually means yes. It's just you don't do anything. You literally write her off as crazy and write in and I don't know, Facebook or whatever you want. This girl is insane. She says no and looks at me weirdly. You put it out there that this woman is insane. You put it out there that this is a woman that says no but actually means yes. And I'm not defending the guy. Again, the guy's a piece of shit, and he 100%. It's going to be a miracle if he's not guilty of all of these things. But the fact that women like this exist in the first place is just so sad.
Started touching my inner thigh, and pulled me forward and started kissing my neck.
Yes, at this moment you push back, get out of the car, yell for help, or stuff like that. It's extremely simple. But what does she choose to do?
So I really couldn't move out of the position.
Yes, of course.
He was holding me tightly.
Yes.
And he proceeded to put his hand down my pants. I told him to stop. I told him to get off of me multiple times.
Yeah, I'm sure that worked after everything that has transpired and the way that you are. I am sure that worked. It's so sad. All of this shit is so sad.
He tried to put my hand down his pants, and I was, fighting against him during this, told him to please stop.
I wonder if she was laughing while she said, please stop.
And he said, you could at least suck my dick. And I said, no.
I'm not surprised. Isn't even surprised. No.
I don't want to do that. Get out of my car. At that point, it was, I'm not taking you home anymore. Get the fuck.
Oh, and finally, we got to the point which should have never happened in the first place. All because you want a free meal. Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Fuck out of my car. And he just got mad. Really,
No shit, he probably thought that you were joking or not being serious or playful or, I don't know, a whole lot of other things that people usually are like this. You can't say no, you're a piece of shit, blah blah blah, and then do all of these things. You can't. You just can't. No normal person with any amount of social skills would not think that something's up there. It's insanity. People like this are absolute insanity. These people should be called out and marked with a red flag because it's not gonna end well for anyone with them. They're ticking time bombs. So is the guy. But, well, I guess actually they maybe make a great couple because, she's insane. That guy's an absolute sick freak also. Maybe a match made in heaven.
Was mad that I would even say that, but at the same time he was laughing at me and continued to try to kiss me and was like, are you serious? Come on.
Is there a chance she's high, by the way, or on something?
Yeah. It was not fun. So I told him to get out of my car again. He wouldn't get out. And he said, you could at least take me home. So I realized at this
Another
point
try.
I would not be able to physically push him out of my car. So I started driving quickly and erratically down the road. I pulled into a
Yes, that is what a normal, adjusted human being does. Someone doesn't go get out of the car when you tell them to. Well, what's the solution? Erratically drive on the highway. Yeah, sure. This person is not fit for anything in life. It's insane. And then women like this come out and, how does this not ruin everything for anyone with a real story, I'm not saying her story is necessarily fake or anything. I actually 100% believe it again. But we need a program for people like this. We need a program for people whose decision making is this uniquely poor.
a busier street, and I stopped abruptly, thinking, like maybe someone will realize something is wrong, or if someone is honking at me, like he'll feel uncomfortable and want to leave the car.
Let's stop in the middle of a busy road and see what happens. Yeah, that's not dangerous. That's not a sure way to cause an accident. And that's definitely gonna make him consider the idea of leaving the car. Oh yeah, on a busy road, leaving the car when she's driving like a crazy person. Oh my god.
But I guess it did make him uncomfortable that I did that, and I told him to get the fuck out of my car. And he was like, can I at least get a kiss goodbye? And I said, fuck no, get the fuck out.
Okay, place your bets, boys. If he DM'd her and said, I want to apologize for my second bad behavior and thank you for the dinner, would she say yes? She probably would. She probably would.
He left. Never spoke to him or saw him again.
Now, I'd like to remind the viewer
Insane.
that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. With that said, if what we've heard thus far is true, a very disturbing pattern of behavior is
Yeah, it's
emerging.
probably true.
Victims all over America, from Seattle to New Orleans to Tampa to St. Petersburg, are all coming forward with similar stories about Andrew. And I bet if one of Andrew's interview subjects were accosted with similar accusations, he would address them head on and might even confront them in person on camera for his YouTube channel, as he did with this convicted
Sounds like an easy way to get a lot of views, yeah.
sexual offender in his recent This Place Rules documentary. However, in regards to his own allegations, Andrew has remained completely silent. Lastly,
Yeah, that's also extremely not surprising.
October 5th, 2022, I posted this on my Instagram story.
This is easily one of the fakest dudes on the internet, cosplaying as a good guy. When he's behind doors doing the most foul shit, he's fake. Yeah. Just from the way he looks, I agree with that. Because again, the looks don't lie. I don't know if I have seen even people who look like that and they don't turn out to be some kind of degens. It's just impossible.
It's a bit foreshadowing. And while Andrew pretends to be an unbiased good guy who stands for journalistic integrity, the true Andrew may paint a far different picture. And that concludes my coverage of these allegations. I wanted to make it clear and concise.
Pretty fun coverage, not gonna lie. Man, these stories are just so insanely bad. I wonder if you can actually, anything legally can happen to this. Like, the first girl literally says, yeah, I agreed to it, but then later on I felt bad, so now I'm coming out. And the other girl is literally not fit for society, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people, well, I'm not too surprised he goes for women like that. That's probably his golden standard. But man, it's just so beyond reasonably sad, honestly. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.